Hi, greetings from us, Saikum. The title for today's episode of Mind Your Business is Do These at the Beginning of Your Business. Actually, as I was thinking about it, I thought for the sake of the audience, the more appropriate title should be What I Wish I Had Known and Done 10 Years Ago. But I also don't believe in regrets at all. I don't subscribe to regrets. I am not the kind that will say, oh, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, because I can't go and change the past, but I can only learn from them. And so I am going to share some mistakes that I made and the lessons from them, some mistakes I made at the beginning of my business. Hopefully you can glean something from it. Hopefully it helps you, and so that you can also, as you're going and you are learning, you incorporate that into your own business. Okay, so you grab your glass, cuppa, whatever. I am having water, infused water, and let's learn together on this episode of Mind Your Business.
Hiya Ashanti, a haven nestled at the tip of Kumasi, where fresh air meets serenity. Hiya Ashanti is a residential learning and event space perfect for your corporate training, staff retreat, group hangouts, and wedding receptions. With 4 rooms and 15 beds, you and your group can sleep comfortably. What makes us special? Hiya Ashanti is not just a space, it's a commitment. By choosing us, you support community projects empowering women and youth. Join us at Hiya Ashanti off Aful Junction, Abuabukesi, Kumasi. Hiya Ashanti, here we grow. Hi, I am Ahmed Duncan, founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. Before 2015, I was that broke girl who was stuck in her own limiting belief of not enoughness. Marianne Williamson's words, "You are a child of God," woke me up. And then I sought help to work on myself. I still invest heavily in my personal development, and so much has changed for me in the most incredible ways. My burning desire is to see an Africa in which women are empowered to thrive and impact people. I am a trainer, coach, author, social entrepreneur, and an event organizer who is passionate about helping others on their own personal development journey so that together we can all thrive as fabulous children of God. Mind Your Business is our weekly podcast which is free on YouTube. Here we share enriching content to help us all thrive as fabulous children of God. And if you prefer to work with me one-on-one, please go to my website ahmedduncan.com/store to book a discovery call with me.
Welcome back. Everything I am going to share borders on this one thing. Keep your business records well. Repeat after me. Keep your business records well. How do I mean? Let me give you a few examples. When we started the Fabulous Woman Network, which started on Facebook with no plans or thoughts of making this a business or an organization, we had thousands of followers. Actually, as of today, we have over 43,000 followers on Facebook, and on our different posts and all, we used to have hundreds of comments on our stories each week, comments, likes, and all that. However, we made very little attempts to get the contacts of these people who were following. And at the time, we had really solid relationships with some of the people who used to comment. I could even tell you some of the names and all that over the years, but we never took their contact. Why? Because we didn't know better. And then let's talk about beneficiaries. Over the past 10 years, we've conducted several events for thousands of women and youth, especially. But why do I say thousands? Why don't I give you a figure? Because we were not keeping accurate records of all these people who have passed through our events. Some of them we've even given monies because of the programs that they were on. They won grants and all that. Why don't we have accurate records of these? Why can't I just tell you off the top of my head, or at least refer to a certain document that has all these? If you ask me for these, I may be able to get you an estimate, but it will take me days with the team bringing everything together from different directions. Why are they not all in one place? Let's talk about finances. Over the past 10 years, God knows how much we've spent curating all these events for food, venue, and all that, getting speakers in, transportation, traveling on airplanes, and blah blah blah. So many expenses that we've spent. Ask me even for an estimate of how much we've spent over the past 10 years, and I will fumble. Why? Because we were not keeping these records accurately. Let's talk about testimonials. Oh my goodness. We have had hundreds of beneficiaries writing to us, giving us feedback on how our work is impacting them. People are writing to us from different parts of the world. Some of the places I haven't even been there physically myself. I don't even know how they chanced upon us on social media or wherever, and they've written to us, or some people have told us verbally how we've impacted them. But how come, if you ask me where all these testimonials are, or if you ask me to bring these testimonials, it will take me a while to get them for you, like a real long while, not like, oh, I'm just getting it from here and I'm busy. So it will take me and the team some time to put it all together for you. Well, the answer once again, is we were not keeping records well. So yes, we had participants registering and completing attendance sheets for almost all the events that we had. We had thousands of one-on-one exchanges and conversations with our followers online. Many. Yes, we wrote down some of the expenses and the income that was coming in. We wrote. I have diaries and diaries or different sheets online or in various places of all these. But why are they not together? Where are these testimonials kept? Why are they not being filed? For someone who actually studied information studies in school, this is embarrassing on a lot of levels. But surprisingly, I'm not embarrassed. Instead, I'm like, yeah, we are learning from it, right? We are learning. Let me tell you what happened some time ago. We were applying for this job. It was a big job with this big organization, and one of the things they required from us was our financial report, and we presented it to them, and they called us back, and they were very surprised. They knew, they had followed what we'd been doing for a while. They even knew that some of the assets we had, because they had actually paid a visit to our premises. They had seen stuff, and yet on paper, we had very little. And they were surprised. And mind you, this work that we're asking for, they needed records that could assure them that we could handle the magnitude, the amount of money involved. But we didn't have any proof, even though we had done lots of work in the past that could tell, that could prove that we could actually handle that kind of money. We didn't have any paper proof because we were not keeping records well. So my people, this is my whole point in today's episode of Mind Your Business. When we keep records, it does so much for our business. I've already given this example of how we were looking for this particular work and we needed records. Some of us go for bank loans and they are asking for financial reports and all that. Recently, I heard someone who had been asked for financial reports, and he said, but financial reports, is that not bank statement? You have it. You my bank people, you have it already. No, that's not what the bank people are asking for. Your financial statement that they have, but they want to know records of your expenses and income, P&L statement, profit and loss statement, income statement, this statement and that statement. Thank God that over the past 3 or so years, we've had the presence of mind to hire a correct a proper finance person to guide us, and we actually have a finance team. Yes, they cost us an arm and a leg, but we are at that point in our business that this is important to us, that we've not that it is now important to us, it's always been important to us, but we weren't aware. Now we are very much aware that we need professionals to help us. So we've hired these people and they are doing a great job for us. But in the past, it was not a funny joke when we asked for things. For instance, another reason why record keeping is important. I mean, not just record keeping, but keeping it well. We have our 10th anniversary coming up in April. We are so excited, and I've been reminiscing. Like, not a single day has gone by that I've not been thinking about our story, our journey, how far we've come, and all the different things I need to do before the anniversary. And one of the important things I really, really wish I could do is to invite all the different people who have seen our work, been part of it, our current beneficiaries, past beneficiaries, people from all these years ago who were parts of the different things that we do, that now, by virtue of social media algorithm, they are probably not seeing the work that we do anymore. They are not seeing our posts. They probably think we are dead, and yet we are alive and well and even doing better, right? I wish I could invite them, but I don't have their contact. As we speak, the number of contacts we have is only 9,628. But I know for sure that we've reached and impacted thousands and thousands of people, if not millions. Yes, but where is my proof? I ain't got it, because we were not keeping records well. I have diaries upon diaries of records. I have Google Drive in different places of the drive of records, different spaces all over, but not kept together and managed well, like a proper person who studied information studies in school. There are a lot of benefits to keeping your records well. It helps you reach your potential past and current clients easily. Another very important thing, it helps you pay accurate taxes. For so long, we were not paying the right tax. We were overpaying because we're not. It was shocking. I think it had to do with VAT. I didn't know that when we filed VAT, there's the input and output. It's a long story. If you're in Ghana, you probably, and you have been filing, you probably understand. And so we're just filing and paying for the full VAT without realizing that based on the purchases that we had also made, we could, what sort of, I don't know the politically correct word to use, but it sort of offsets some of the payments. We made so many mistakes because we were not keeping the records. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't prove to you that we had made those purchases so that we could use it to offset. No, I couldn't, because we didn't know what we were doing. We were just managing, as they say. So, if you are keeping your records well, nobody will come and stand in your shop and say, you have this, okay, pay this amount of tax, because you have the records to prove this is how much is coming in, this is how much is going, this is how much we should actually pay. What you have done with your accountant or your finance person already will also be used to support you on this, right? And then it also helps show proof of the work to whoever needs to see. Okay, so you are the Fabulous Man Network. What have you done? You need to be able to show proof, show proof. And then it also helps you make decisions. So you're not making decisions just based on, I think we should do this. But you have facts, you have data, you have figures to back whatever decision. Sometimes in a business, you may be spending a lot of time on effort on a particular program or product or service, and it may not be going well for you, but you haven't realized it because you have no figures to tell. But when you're able to actually look at how much is going in, how much is coming out, is this worth it? Then you can make that decision because you are keeping records. So you're not making that decision just based on how you're feeling, but you're making the decision based on the fact. Okay, I'm not saying that intuition is wrong. Actually, I believe in intuition. I also believe in looking at the figures, knowing the figures, and then saying that, okay, even though this shows me this, I sense, so this is the sixth sense, right? And we Christians believe this is the Holy Spirit speaking to you. In spite of whatever is showing, I sense that I should take this other decision. That is fine. That is not what I'm talking about here. So I hope you are getting me. And then the last thing, oh my God, it gives you a sense of fulfillment when you can see in real time your progress and the impact that you're making. You can see the numbers, or you can read the feedback. It just boosts your energy. You already may know that you're doing well, but sometimes you don't really feel like it, but then you see things all put in right place, the one place, and then you're like, oh, we are doing well. Let me end with this example. So when I finally started keeping my personal finances well a few years ago, there's this app I've talked about. For those of you in the community, you may know it already. Oze app. I used to use that for my personal finances here. And then there was this one year, at the end of the year, I was looking, it gives an overview of all the monies you've spent, where it went, what came in, and all that. I was able to tell that training in that particular year, me being a trainer, my work as a trainer, gave me about 80% of, it was a little over 80% of my total income. I knew where the others came in from, other monies came in from. But what really excited me was when I found out that the tithe I paid was 11% of my total. I was like, hey, God, see, I paid. You said we should pay 10%. I paid more. I was so excited as I was just letting God see that, I was faithful and even over faithful with my tithe. Now, this is a private joke, but I hope you get the point. The sense of fulfillment I felt because I'm a Christian and I believe in giving, and I also believe in tithing. This Malachi. Anyway, I'm not going to go into preaching and everything, but where it speaks about tithing, that thing for a whole year, that was very important to me, and I saw how it changed my life. So when I could tell God that, God, actually, you know what, I paid 11%, it felt good for me as a Christian. And so when I speak of fulfillment, maybe for you it's not about tithing, but it's about numbers. You want to see that, you've touched the lives of 100 widows, and you end up seeing that actually we did for 129 widows. It makes you feel that, yes, I've done good, and you can clap for yourself. So these are just some of the reasons why keeping records are important. So I've written down 4 main records you should keep, especially if you're at the beginning and you're running a kind of organization like mine, like an NGO or a social enterprise, where the work you're doing is also impacting other people directly, right? Not that it's a CSR, like corporate social responsibility. That's different from a social enterprise. In a social enterprise, your work actually includes the social factor. You are focused on both impact and income, right? It's not like, we are waiting for the income to come and then we'll use it for a social project, but it's all infused. So these 4: number 1, potential past and present customers. Keep accurate records of them. Learn how to. We have had to try different ways and keep settling. In fact, after recording this, I even have a meeting with a colleague in Europe, and we are trying to see if there's a better way to keep these records. So we are constantly learning. Please be open to constantly learning. And then keep records of your beneficiaries. So your beneficiaries could also be your customers, but I'm just splitting it. So beneficiaries are people that you are impacting with whatever you're doing. In our case, we have the women in the underserved communities, we have corporate women, we have organizations, and then we have the youth in underserved communities. So these are our beneficiaries. And then your finances. We've heard over and over again how it's important to keep records of these. We can't understate this. It is really important. And then finally, your testimonials, keep them well. It really gives you good energy when you see it and you're like, oh my God, especially on days that you're feeling low or someone has given you a bad review and it's not going well. You're like, oh God, this business, what am I even doing? Then you can look at the past the successes and say, if we could do this, we can do this too. And then it gives you energy to keep going. Learning is an ongoing process. We don't just learn and now we know everything. We keep learning, we keep improving. And so I want to encourage you to learn how to keep these records at the beginning of your business. And I wish you remain fabulous. And please remember, we have a date when Saturday, 5th April 2025 at Fab Hub Ashanti. It's our 10th anniversary awards and gala night, which is going to happen during IFAB 2025. If you haven't heard already, I am telling you now. Please click on the link in the caption, read more about IFAB, reach out to us via WhatsApp or email. All the information is in there. And let's talk. Until I come your way again, it's Ta Toodles. Bye.
Mind Your Business is one of our free resources available on YouTube. And if you prefer to work with me one-on-one as your coach, as a consultant, or as a trainer, it starts with a discovery call. Head to amaduncan.com/store to book a discovery call with me.